How much for Luke Skywalker's lightsaber? Or Marilyn Monroe's dress? How about Dorothy's ruby slippers? Well, if you're thinking of starting a movie memorabilia collection, get ready to spend some big bucks. There's a captivating allure surrounding film props. Much like the actors themselves, meticulously crafted props can add realism to the big screen. The sword of Aragorn from the monumental 2003 film The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King exemplifies this to a staggering degree. This blade signifies Aragorn's royal lineage and his rightful claim to the throne of Gondor. With it, he confronts Sauron's forces, finally vanquishing the Dark Lord and bringing peace to Middle-earth. But the sword of Aragorn isn't merely symbolic on-screen. Off-screen, the beautifully designed hilt, the detailed etchings, and the palpable sense of history transform it from a prop into a piece of art. As such, when the sword was put up for auction, it fetched a striking sum of $437,000, a price that puts it in icon territory. This piece of movie memorabilia is a real-world link to the enchanted realms of Middle-earth and the noble king who wielded it. Staying within the fantasy cinema realm, we go from Middle-earth to a galaxy far, far away. May the Force be with you. Because if you want to own Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, it will cost some serious bucks. Hailed as one of the most iconic weapons in cinematic history, this powerful weapon first appeared in 1977 Star Wars and in The Empire Strikes Back, released in 1980. The lightsaber, a symbol of the noble Jedi Order, became synonymous with the heroic Luke Skywalker as he wielded it against the nefarious dark forces of the Empire. It served not only as a powerful weapon, but also as an heirloom that was once wielded by his father, Anakin Skywalker, who himself succumbed to the dark side of the Force. Spoiler alert, Anakin becomes Darth Vader. No ordinary prop, the lightsaber was crafted with exceptional care and meticulous detail, mirroring its on-screen aura. Off-screen, this legendary prop culminated its journey into the real world when it sold for a forceful $450,000 at auction. It's safe to say that the Force was strong with this movie prop, but maybe not as strong as the allure of a certain pair of magical shoes. Dorothy's ruby slippers from the timeless 1939 classic The Wizard of Oz are drenched in dazzle and steeped in magical symbolism. Each sparkle held a whisper of hope and a promise of home. Crafted exclusively for the film, their allure lies not only in their dazzling appearance, but also in their significance to the movie's plot. Bestowed upon Dorothy by Glinda, the Good Witch, the slipper were the young girl's ticket back home to Kansas from the enchanting land of Oz. This epic adventure, filled with unforgettable characters and magical settings, follows Dorothy's quest to seek the wizard's help while discovering her own courage and resilience. Throughout the film, the slippers take on a character of their own. So much so that these iconic shoes sold for the dazzling price of $660,000 at an auction in the year 2000. Up next, we move to one of Dorothy's Yellow Brick Road companions, the Cowardly Lion. Now we're getting into seven-digit territory. The lion costume from The Wizard of Oz was worn by the talented Burt Lahr. Crafted with meticulous detail, the full-bodied lion costume, complete with a commanding headpiece and expressive tail, made a powerful visual statement. Lahr's heartwarming performance and the costume's vivid persona amplified the lion's enchanting charm, making it a cherished component of the movie. So it's no surprise that there was plenty of interest when this beloved costume was auctioned to the highest bidder in 2014. What did come as a surprise was the hefty price of $3,070,000. This proves that some people will pay whatever it takes to own a piece of movie memorabilia that has etched itself into pop culture. Now, if you listen closely, you might just hear the music coming from our next movie prop. But first, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. Thanks, you're the best. Now, let's talk about Sam's piano from the 1942 film Casablanca, an instrument that occupies an exalted space in cinematic history. The Steinway Model D grand piano, featured in the unforgettable As Time Goes By scene, was sold at an auction in 2014. Casablanca, set in the chaos of World War II in the Moroccan city of the movie's title, is a timeless tale of love, sacrifice, and regret. Rick Blaine is a cynical American exile who operates a popular nightclub. In the film, Rick's devoted friend Sam plays the now famous piano, and it becomes a potent symbol of Rick's past, stirring memories of his complex relationship with a past lover. The scene featuring As Time Goes By is an evoking scene of love and longing. intertwining the audience with the emotion-laden notes that flow from the Steinway, making it a standout movie prop. The piano's own narrative, punctuated by its record-breaking auction price, echoes the timeless allure of Casablanca. Much more than a prop, Sam's piano played its way into one collector's heart at a cost of $3.4 million. With such a price tag, the new owner might be in need of a fair lady to play it for. Well, there's no need for searching, because up next is the iconic black and white Ascot dress worn by Audrey Hepburn in the 1964 classic My Fair Lady. This elegant costume echoes the era of grandeur and sophistication. Designed by the legendary Edith Head, the Ascot dress is an intricately made piece of on-screen memorabilia. From its high collar to the dramatically full skirt, the gown beautifully embodies the aesthetic of the period while enhancing Hepburn's distinctive elegance and grace. Head's meticulous craftsmanship and eye for detail not only created an iconic movie costume, but also contributed to Hepburn's enduring reputation as a fashion idol. The dress's allure extends beyond the silver screen. In 2011, the Ascot dress was sold at auction for the astounding sum of $3.7 million, proudly wearing its status as a prized artifact of cinema and fashion history. Audrey Hepburn's Ascot dress, much like the actress herself, remains a timeless icon. Now we look back at another classic and another extravagant price paid for a famous movie prop. Plunging into the shadows of film noir, our next fascinating prop is the elusive Maltese Falcon from the 1941 masterpiece of the same name. Following the story of sharp-witted private detective Sam Spade, played by Humphrey Bogart, the Maltese Falcon chronicles the pursuit of a golden, jewel-encrusted statue. This formidable bird served as the perfect MacGuffin, an object of desire that propels the plot, engrossing audiences in a dense web of deception and intrigue. Even though the actual prop itself is not made of real gold or precious stones, it bears an even greater luster. It was auctioned off for a staggering $4.1 million in 2013. So, what makes the Maltese Falcon such a coveted item? The answer lies in its immortal association with the film noir genre. The prop encapsulates the dark, gritty aesthetics and complicated moral terrain that define the form. In today's world of CGI and digital filmmaking, the Maltese Falcon is a piece of cinematic history from when props once played a significant role in the storytelling. Despite not being crafted from precious stones or gold, this prop glittered with cinematic brilliance. Now, before we go from movie statue to statuesque movie star, go ahead and give us a thumbs up and hit that like button. Okay, Marilyn Monroe continues to be a huge star in today's pop culture, and collectors prove this by upping the bid on her famous white subway dress from the 1955 film The 7-Year Itch. Crafted by the eminent costume designer William Travilla, the dress was no extravagant masterpiece. Instead, it was a simple white dress, featuring a full skirt and a provocative plunging neckline. This fashion choice, however, took on a life of its own in one scene when Monroe, standing over a New York subway grate, experiences an unexpected gust of wind. The renowned film sequence was initially attempted at the intersection of Lexington Avenue and 52nd Street in New York City. The shoot started at 1 a.m. and attracted a crowd of thousands of people, including 100 photographers. After 14 attempts spread over 3 hours, the crew was still not satisfied due to the persistent crowd noise. As a result, the scene was recreated on the Fox studio lot in California, while the original footage from New York was utilized for marketing and publicity purposes. Today, the subway dress is seen as a cherished relic of Hollywood's golden age. The dress was auctioned in 2011, fetching a stunning price of $4.6 million. The subway dress, in its simplicity and elegance, remains an immortal image that recaptures the spirit of the 1950s and, of course, Marilyn Monroe's charisma. Breezing on from the whirlwind of 1950s fashion and Marilyn Monroe's white subway dress, we find ourselves cruising to the 1960s with James Bond's Aston Martin DB5, which left an indelible mark on the psyche of Bond enthusiasts worldwide. The iconic car graced the big screen in the 1964 blockbuster Goldfinger and Thunderball in 1965. Synonymous with Bond's classy persona, the DB5's distinctive features aren't just in its sleek and silver aesthetic, but in the car's unique mechanisms that allow Bond to escape and outsmart his enemies in the film. The Aston Martin DB5 is the personification of Bond's audacity, resourcefulness, and sophistication, delivering a tangible connection to the spy's world of perilous thrills and ceaseless action. In 2010, the DB5 fetched a staggering $4.6 million at auction, emphasizing the enthralling power this vehicle holds in the collective imagination of Bond aficionados. The Aston Martin DB5 is more than a movie prop. It's a powerful car that has become a physical embodiment of Bond's world, linking generations of fans to the ever-intriguing world of James Bond. Now hold on to your steering wheel, because we're swerving from action films into the world of sci-fi. Moving away from the world of deadly espionage, we're traveling to the early days of sci-fi cinematic greatness and the world of robotics. Robby the Robot made its first appearance in the 1956 film Forbidden Planet, and later in The Invisible Boy in 1957. Crafted by the masterful designer Robert Kinoshita, Robby the Robot became a definitive symbol of the science fiction genre. Forged in an era where the boundaries of technology and the human imagination begin to coalesce, this robot has proven to be an innovative and pioneering prop in cinematic history. Over the years, robots have taken up residence in the world of television and film, embedding robotics in the cultural narrative of science fiction. However, this robot is not merely a movie prop, but a captivating character that added depth and intrigue to the story. In 2013, this beloved icon of cinema was auctioned for a staggering $5,375,000. A hefty price tag that speaks of its invaluable contribution to cinematic history, making Robby the Robot the most expensive movie prop ever sold. From ruby slippers to giant robots, these are the movie props that shaped our cinematic history. And as we've seen, some people will pay a fortune just to take home a piece of movie history. Stick around, because we've got more. Just tap or click for another great video. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. And hey, leave us a comment.